time for a look at some very tight playoff races. One team is riding the longest winning streak in the league this season. Plus, a couple of clubs are planning some changes. We've got lots of fireworks for you on today's ECHL Week. There are just 7 weeks left in the regular season, and the way the Eastern Conference playoff race is shaping up, fans of just about every team are going to be on the edges of their seats, waiting to find out if their team qualifies for postseason play, and if so, who their first-round opponent will be. Entering the final week of February, teams 2 through 10 in the East were separated by just 8 points in the standings. Based on a 9-game winning streak, the Orlando Solar Bears have moved to number 2 in the East. We'll talk more about the Solar Bears in a moment. Another team on a great run is Kalamazoo. A 9-2 1-1 tear has pushed the Wings to a razor-thin lead in the North Division. But as you can see here, in the space of a few days, the standings could change dramatically. Right now and for the rest of the season, a good week puts your team in great shape. A bad week, and you could be on the outside looking in. In the West, a logjam in playoff spots numbers 3 through 7 means that it's very likely that most of the Western teams won't know their first-round opponents until the regular season comes to an end on April 13th. In particular, Idaho, last in the Mountain Division, is on a 7-2 1-2 run and is only a couple of points from passing both Utah and Colorado. Just like last season, all Kelly Cup playoff series this year are best-of-7 matchups. After a quick start to the season, the Orlando Solar Bears were consistent through the middle portion of the schedule, but not exactly setting the world on fire. However, that's what they've been doing recently. To go along with their 9-game winning streak, which is tied for the longest in the ECHL this season, the Bears have also won 9 straight at home. Leading the offensive charge for Orlando has been Mickey Lang. Since being acquired from Fort Wayne in late December, the Reno, Nevada native has been averaging nearly 2 points a game since heading to Central Florida. He was the first 30-goal scorer in the league this year and is firmly entrenched in the top 10 scorers despite having played fewer games than any of the others in that group. He had points in 10 straight games through February 22nd, and he scored the game winner in overtime when the Solar Bears won in Kalamazoo for their 9th straight victory. We recently caught up with Lang, and he talked about how well things have been going for both him and the Bears.
I think I'm just finding myself every night being on a line with 2 guys, especially down here. I've been playing with a lot of good players. It doesn't matter who it is, but recently it's been Cephas and Matson, and I think we just have something going where we're finding one another, and it seems like they're finding me more often, and I'm finishing them. Yeah, I think it's just when you're going hot, you just want to stay hot, and then when things slow down, you want to try to minimize those slumps and you want to get going again. But right now we're going good, and hopefully we can keep it going.
Any thought, obviously the East is really difficult in terms of the playoffs. I mean, there's tons of teams, including the Solar Bears, who are packed right in. It's probably going to go right down to the very last weekend of the season. Is there any thought or any discussion about that at all, or you guys just want to keep winning games?
I think we know where we stand, and we see that it's bunched up, and there's a lot of teams battling for the final playoff spots. It seems like one night you could be in 3rd, and then you lose the next night and you could be in 9th. So I think you just got to be consistent, and you got to beat teams. When you get leads, you got to jump on teams and capitalize, and you got to finish teams off, and you just got to keep grinding out and trying to get 2 points every night. That's the one thing I want, is to win a championship. Been close on college. I won 3 ECAC West championships, so that was an unbelievable experience. And obviously you always want personal goals, but I think you kind of put those aside, and at the end of the year you want to be recognized as a winner.
Coming up, we look at our first featured game and take a trip around the league. That's next on ECHL Week.
Stars shine in Orlando in January of 2015 when the Solar Bears take on the ECHL All-Stars at the Amway Center, presented by Visit Orlando. Visit OrlandoSolarBearsHockey.com for more information.
and it's all your state of mind. 'Cause I've got a smile on my face and I've got four walls around me.
Through the early portion of 2014, the defending Kelly Cup champion Reading Royals struggled at home and were having a season that wasn't turning too many heads. That's a thing of the past. The Royals are now right in the thick of that Eastern Conference playoff struggle. Let's check out their recent battle with Gwinnett, a team desperately trying to claw back into the playoff picture. Here are David Foley and Nick Bovey to bring us the call on WDUN.
Yeah, Reading a breakaway into the zone. A deke on the backhand. Glove save. Corbet. Puck to the near side as Britton tracks it down. He had the breakaway chance. Now Campanelli is shot high over the net. And the Gladiators just trying to clear it. They finally will, but a big stop by Corbet on a clean breakaway. And now Legault a partial breakaway to the near side on the backhand. He lost the puck. Now throws it into the crease off of Gill. It's into the net, and it's a goal. It went off Gill and was tapped in on a second effort and may have gone in the first time anyway. They'll finally track it back down as the Royals clear it out. Right wing side, Fleming fakes a shot. Fleming dropped back. Crothers centering feed, far side, they score. A pretty lucky play. That puck was hopping all over the place. Puck to the middle by Campanelli on the backhand, just wide. Menardo with a pretty nifty effort. Go backhand up to the point. Campanelli to the middle. Backhand, far side feed, they score! What a setup by Reading! Menardo tapped it home. A 4-on-4 goal with 12:24 to go in the second.
This has been a good PK so far for Gwinnett. It's been really strong for them so far.
49 to go on this Reading power play. Maneuvering his way into the zone, Crothers to the slot. Turnaround try. It actually went off the near post, and then the Royals hammered home the rebound. I actually thought it went in on the first shot from Crothers, but either way, the Royals take a 3-1 lead on a power play goal with 2:43 to go in the period. And yeah, I still think it went in on the first one. We'll have to look at the replay.
Well, it is Britton that for sure knocked in the rebound there. He was standing all on his lonesome on the far side goal line.
As he backtracked behind his own net. Long pass left wing side, taken free by Reading. Wiles to the right. Britton stopping, throwing it in front, deflected wide. Now a centering pass. Look out, Blandina shot. He scores. Behind the net, far half wall Hughes. Pass back to the point to Quit. To the near side, Narbonne. Power play expiring for Gwinnett. Quit a shot block. Another chance, they score! The original shot came in. It was knocked down, came right to the stick of Piero Zabatel, and he goes top shelf.
Time for our regular look around the league. College hockey is coming to Winterfest 2014. The Toledo Walleye have announced that Bowling Green and Robert Morris Universities will play an outdoor hockey game on Saturday, January 3rd, 2015. The Falcons and Colonials will face off at noon that day, followed by a game between Toledo and Fort Wayne alumni. The headline event of the day will be the Walleye and the Comets at 5:30 p.m. in the second outdoor game in ECHL history. The first will take place the Saturday before when Toledo hosts Kalamazoo. Winterfest 2014 will be a 10-day community-wide outdoor celebration. There will also be youth, high school, and adult hockey at the rink at Fifth Third Field. home of the Toledo Mud Hens baseball team. The Berks County Convention Center Authority and SMG, co-owners of the defending Kelly Cup champion Reading Royals, have announced their intention to sell the team to Jack Gelati and Fidelity Investment Corporation. The deal is subject to approval by the ECHL Board of Governors. As a condition of the sale, FIC has agreed that the Royals will continue to be based in Reading and will continue to play home games at Santander Arena. If the deal is approved, FIC has indicated that there will be no immediate changes in the team's hockey operations or front office staff. Gelati is known around the region for a number of his business ventures. He's also a partner in a soon-to-be-built hotel project across the street from the arena where the Royals play their home games. The league governors also have a relocation of the Las Vegas Wranglers waiting on their plate. The Wranglers, who have played at the Orleans Arena since their inception in 2003, are not having their lease renewed, and they're planning a move about 5 miles to the northeast to the Plaza Hotel in the downtown area. An innovative arena is planned, and it's expected to seat about 3,500 fans. Ontario leading scorer Mario Lamoureux has left the team to play the rest of the season in Austria. He was suspended by the Reign in order to retain his ECHL rights. Lamoureux, a forward, earned 40 points in 46 games with Ontario. The second-year pro also spent his rookie year with the Reign, during which he had 65 points in 71 games. Just 27 penalty shots have been awarded all season, but back on February 8th, 3 were handed out on the same night. TJ Seiner of Reading was unsuccessful against goaltender Mike Condon of Wheeling. Aaron Clark of Toledo was stopped by Kalamazoo's Joel Martin. And Adam Brace of Cincinnati could not convert versus Fort Wayne's Ben Meisner. League-wide, just 11 shots have resulted in goals this year. That's about 40%. Veteran forward Dale Mitchell was one of the players picked up from out-of-business San Francisco by the South Carolina Stingrays for the regular season stretch drive. That move paid off in a hurry. In his first game with the Rays, the former Reading Royal had a hat trick and added 3 assists to lead his team to a 6-1 win over Greenville. Mitchell was a +4 in that match. He has 11 points in his first 8 games with South Carolina. Joe Ernst stops by for a Q&A segment, plus our Western featured game. They're both straight ahead on ECHL Week.
Where have hundreds of NHL players gotten their professional starts? The ECHL. And where do you find out about the ECHL? ECHL Week. On television or online, ECHL Week is the only show that brings you everything that's happening league-wide. Every week, watch ECHL Week. If you were any closer to the action, you'd be in the lineup.
25 years of great moments. More than 500 players graduated to the NHL. Don't miss the next time hockey history is made. Watch all ECHL games on AmericaOneSports.com. Live or on demand. At home or on your mobile device, log in at AmericaOneSports.com to check out your favorite team. The official broadband broadcaster of ECHL is AmericaOneSports.com.
Hi, this is Mike Vasco of the Elmira Jackals, and this is ECHL Week.
Today's question for Joe deals with officiating and officials. Joe, do you see on the horizon at any point where there might be female officials working in professional hockey?
There's a good chance. You know what? I mean, we would never close the door. I mean, obviously, if a female official came to us and said we wanted to work, and they had worked their way up, just like the men do, coming up through the junior program and everything else. You know, we would be more than happy to give a chance. As far as our goal is here is, you know what, it doesn't matter where you came from or what you look like or whatever it is. We want the best officials. So if that means it's a male or female, then so be it. We want the best.
you develop them as opposed to getting them started. So I suppose if you were looking at other groups of organizations of people from different walks of life, that would more likely be done at the amateur level or the junior level.
Well, it starts at the amateur, and then obviously we have a good rapport now with Jimmy Combs at the SPHL and Scott Zelkin at the U.S. Development Program now, that we're using the SPHL as a development for our officials to come up, sort of like the NHL and the American League use here. You know, we're using that as from the officials to say it's pro hockey, it's good pro hockey, and it's a good learning experience. If you want to get to the ECHL, conquer the SPHL.
That's today's question and answer with Joe Ernst, Vice President of Hockey Operations for the ECHL.
Would you like Joe to answer your question? Send us an email and we'll pose it to him as time permits. Send your question to ECHLweek@ECHL.com. Make sure to include your name, hometown, and favorite team. Alaska has been the pace setter in the Mountain Division all season, but the other three clubs in that group, Colorado, Utah, and Idaho, are putting together a great divisional race in an attempt to gain higher playoff seedings. Let's check out a recent clash between the Steelheads and the Grizzlies. Here are Adrian Denny and Tim Mottemayor putting words to the pictures on 1320 KFan.
Low for Pelech, high slot, Marty Lee. Pelech walks to the circle, takes it down low for Yolito. Grizzlies out in front, Zahn scores! Steelheads back the other way, near side, Wall drops for Rapuzzi, shot, Bobkov save, rebound, Bobkov has that left pad out, he's down again and he's got the puck. Grizzlies in their own zone trying to get it out, Button for traffic, comes off of the back wall as it took a funny bounce. Button just back from the American Hockey League. Swings it far side to Pat Cullity. Back to right. Button with traffic. They score.
That was a beautiful job by Montgomery for Idaho.
He's carried ahead after winning the neutral zone draw. Lee out in front for Chris Hogg coming through the slot, but Kip took him off the play at the last second. Scarcella picks up a turnover. Vinny, left wing circle. Chris Hogg, he scores! Couple missteps in the last minute or so. Rolling out in front on Bobkov again, and it's in the net.
Wow. Well, this is what Idaho does. They find 2-3 minute spurts where they play really well.
DeCastroza down low. Linsmeyer scores. Wow. 2 goals, 34 seconds apart, and Idaho has their first lead of the night. As the Steelhead goes flying down to the ice, now we've got a fight with Nigro, Fultz, Linsmeyer. Things are getting ugly.
Yeah, this has been building for a while now. Band's got Linsmeyer. Mike Fultz has Nigro. And I'll tell you what, DJ Yolito earned his penalty.
Send it in deep as Dodaro around the glass. Yolito holds it in. DJ back out to Marty Lee. Wines fires. That one just misses. Yolito scores! Eric Martin cuts off DeCastroza, gets it back to Paquette, who tries to lead it along. Now Scarcella 2-on-1. Vinny, Chris Hogg works in, backhander. Hogg doesn't go in. What a move by Chris Hogg. How did that not go in? Chases it into the corner, takes it around the back wall, under 6 minutes left. Down low, Aban, Pelech picks it up. Right wing circle, Tegan's on, top angle shot, they score! On 2, Pelican Scarcella, Idaho gets back. Cross ice to Channing Poe. Is this it? No, a save made. And a rebound, right wing circle, just missing the net. Puck out in front, and Nagel is down on it. Still dump it deep. DeCastroza giving chase. Bobkov is out of the crease as the puck rolls to the near side. Utah with number. Near side, Michael Pelech, 3-on-2. Scarcella, Derek Martin. Wide fire goal!
Stay with us. Frostbites and fireworks are still to come on ECHL Week.
Are you paying too much with your current payroll company? Are you concerned about how Obamacare could affect your business? If you're interested in a better, more cost-effective solution, Einstein HR is the answer. No more stressing out about Obamacare and the new regulations. No more worrying about being in compliance. No more overpriced payroll services. Let Einstein HR get you back to the business of doing business instead of spending needless hours and frustration taking care of details that add nothing to your bottom line. We provide a first-class payroll and HR services with superior customer service. Call Einstein HR today.
It's time again for a look at some activities going on away from the ice. Today's Frostbites talks to members of the Evansville Icemen.
Who takes care of the music in the locker room?
Usually it's Peter Sakaris. He's from Montreal, so he has all that techno dance music, and then we actually have a couple of very musically inclined guys in the locker room, and Tristan King, he's a guy that kind of takes over from time to time.
He does an alright job. He's self-proclaimed DJ. You know, he likes to put his own stuff on there, and you know, we kind of let him go with it. He always keeps it up to date, and you know, has new stuff going. So that's kind of the good thing. You're not listening to the same music every single day.
It's always nerve-wracking when you got to throw your own phone on there because you don't know how guys are going to react. So we've had a couple different guys, but Petey's taking it over.
Yeah, we have a very competitive two-touch game. I think we might have about 14 guys playing, so it's a big game. Last year it was like 6, so it's a big step up.
Other than you, who's really good?
I'd have to say Kinger is probably one of the better players in two-touch. Mike Seidel can only play with one leg there. He doesn't know how to use his left, so he's one of the worst, I'd say.
Is that more fun when you get that many guys compete?
Yeah, it definitely is. You know, we have a really good group of guys.
Who wins most of the time?
We got some guys that are sneaky, very simple. They, Dylan Clark's a guy that kind of hangs back in the weeds, and he always finds a way to win.
We like to think that we're all personally the best, but you know, there's a lot of competition, and we actually have a thing going that the winner of every single day gets to put their number with the star on the ball, and so we'd have to count up who has the most stars at this point of the year.
How many stars you have?
I think I have about 5.
Are there any guys who look really good, who dress, who know how to, rock a good outfit?
A guy like Peter Sakaris, he's pretty metrosexual, so okay. I'd say he gets dolled up. He slicks his hair back and stuff, but I think everybody, they dress to look the part.
There's some guys that are pretty sharply dressed there. I'd have to say Johnston is a well put together guy. Actually, I'd have to give a shout out to my old roommate, Joe Lavin, who is here. He has to be one of the best dressed guys that I've seen.
It's not Independence Day, but you might not know that if you were in Cincinnati, where they had a fireworks show on the rink. At a recent game there, the lights were dimmed, the pyrotechnics were lit, and the fans sat back to watch the spectacle. Now it's our turn too. That wraps up today's show. Make sure to be on the lookout for our new Twitter feed coming in March. It'll keep tabs in real time on a couple games each week. And we'll have occasional trivia contests with ECHL merchandise as prizes. Plus, don't forget to let us know what you think about the program by email or on Facebook. Until next time, make it a good week. Make it an ECHL week.